Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Grove City, Pennsylvania. Tonight on the PAC Sports Network, the Thomas More Saints visit the Grove City Wolverines. I'm Randy Gore along with Justin Piles for tonight's contest. And it's the opening night of PAC play league-wide. And our first broadcast, the Thomas More Saints in women's action, the 7th-ranked Saints winning handily over the Grove City women. And in men's play, Grove City hoping to turn things around from what we saw in our earlier contest this evening. But Thomas More and Grove City, two teams that really don't know what to expect in a sense coming into this season in men's action. Thomas More 1-3 overall, Grove City 3-1 overall. But the Wolverines have won some tight games and building up some of that confidence. A little bit of a surprise in that they're yielding a lot of points, but they're scoring a lot of points. So a little bit different look from Grove City. Talking with Coach Steve Lammy, he doesn't like all the points scored against this team. He loves the scoring for his group, but he'd rather see less scoring if it means less scoring from the opponent, of course. And in Thomas More, they have a new head coach this year, Drew Cooper. He's the new head man with the Thomas More Saints and has 12 letter winners coming back this season, so a very experienced group in Thomas More.
Well, with regards to Steve Lammy, as fans, we love high-scoring games. We love exciting basketball games. As coaches, you hate excitement. You want everything to be under control, and you don't like those close games. And certainly, Grove City in the past has built their foundation on defense, fundamentals, making the extra pass, doing the little things to win basketball games. And not saying that they aren't doing the little things this year. They're just scoring a lot more points and not relying so much on their defense. Offensively, this team is tremendous. They have some sharp shooters along the outside, and it's a different element, an element that they didn't have in past seasons. And it's kind of the way Thomas More was playing last year. That's kind of that same style that Grove City has kind of adopted with their shooting along the outside. And like you said, Thomas More, both these teams really, we're not sure what we're getting. Thomas More is a couple of seasons, or the past couple of seasons, Thomas More has been to the PAC Championship, some very good seasons, and it's a rough start for them, starting out 1-3. Obviously, with conference play tonight, everyone starts out 0-0, so new season, more or less. But that's not some place where you see Thomas More a whole lot, below 500. So this might be a turning point for them tonight.
Grove City and Thomas More, second and third in the conference in points per game offensively. 80 points per game for Grove City, 79 for the Thomas More Saints. Defensively, Thomas More has yielded a conference-high 94 points per game, and that's going to be something to watch out for. As far as we mentioned, Grove City, a bit of a new look where they can really pour in the points this year. They typically play a defensive style under Coach Steve Lammy. It's what he stresses to his team, and he continues to stress it this year, which is probably what pains him a little bit in having seen some points scored against his squad. But they are off to a 3-1 start, coming off a 93-87 win over Mount Aloysius on November 23rd. And Coach Lammy had talked about that game and said, the 93 points are great, but 87 against, it's just not his cup of tea. But nonetheless, J.T. Schwartz, Mitch Marmelstein, Brian Giesler all scored 20-plus points that night, and those three gentlemen are part of a deep and talented junior class for the Grove City Wolverines. We'll talk a little bit more about them as we move along. For new coach Drew Cooper at Thomas More, amongst his 12 letter winners that are back this year, his top returnee is DeCarlo Hayes, the reigning PAC Player of the Year. He led the Saints last year in scoring and rebounding and is certainly one of their go-to players again this year. Starting lineups being introduced before tonight's game, and let's give you the starting lineups brought to you by Sport Clips. And first for the visiting Thomas More Saints, number 3, 5'11" senior DeCarlo Hayes. Number 5, 6-foot senior Elliot Pipes. Number 10, 6'1" freshman Drew Mays. Number 11, 6-foot senior Spencer Burlekamp. And number 21, 6'2" junior Drew Mumford. For the homestanding Grove City Wolverines, their starting 5 being introduced as we speak. Number 10, 5'8" junior J.T. Schwartz. Number 14, 6-foot junior Josh Patterson. Number 22, 6-foot junior Mitch Marmelstein. Number 25, 6'2" sophomore Tyler Patterson. And number 35, 6'3" sophomore Brian Giesler. So those are your starters in tonight's contest. And again, your starting lineups brought to you by Sport Clips. Also, our triple three-point shooters of the game. Some players to watch out for on each side. For the Grove City Wolverines, Brian Giesler, 17 of 33 from beyond the arc this year, hitting 52%. At leaps and bounds, he leads the President's Athletic Conference in three-point shooting with those 17 makes. For the Thomas More Saints, DeCarlo Hayes, the man to watch out for beyond the perimeter. He is 8 of 24 from the outside, hitting at a 33% clip. Those are your triple three-point shooters for the game. Well, excited to get this one going here tonight. Two teams that really is there amongst the group in this President's Athletic Conference. That St. Vincent is the favorite coming in, the reigning champions, but could be a wide open PAC in 2013-2014.
And all gets started tonight. We've got a pretty decent crowd here along the front part of the bleachers. Up front here and across the way have some students. Good atmosphere here. We're still staying with, it seems like the 80s rock theme that we had from the women's game.
Oh, we most certainly have. And the opening tip won by the Grove City Wolverines. Mitch Marmelstein accepting that tip. And the Wolverines will work the offense. Brian Giesler currently with the basketball, and mentioned his three-point numbers. He has been tremendous from the outside, and really a big lift for the Wolverines this year. Just a great job as the Wolverines. Tyler Patterson dribbles left, dishes it off to Josh Patterson. Patterson guarded by DeCarlo Hayes. Passes it off to Tyler Patterson. Jump shot won't fall. Spencer Burlekamp with the rebound. Glad you can be with us tonight on the PAC Sports Network. DeCarlo Hayes for three, no good. Rebound JT Schwartz, who had a team-high 25 points in a 93-87 win over Mount Aloysius in the Wolverines' most recent game. That was played on November 23rd. Poor weather forced a cancellation. As there's a nice take through the lane, JT Schwartz.
Yeah, wonderful touch on that little finger roll with the left hand. Already both these teams running the floor.
Mumford has the ball poked away by Schwartz and taken away by Marmelstein. 2-on-1. Pass for Patterson. Juggles, delivers it back to Marmelstein. Putback won't drop. Burlekamp with the board.
A little too much mustard on that pass from Marmelstein. Needs to either settle that down, pass it earlier, or take it himself.
Mumford with the teardrop, and we're tied 2-2. Drew Mumford, who leads the Saints with 21 points per game, also has 5 rebounds per game, and a trusty free throw shooter for the Saints. Having Drew Mumford play so well is really a big lift and a relief in a sense for DeCarlo Hayes, who mentioned he's the reigning PAC Player of the Year, but you don't want everything on his shoulders. And, well, so far this season, everything is not on his shoulders.
Offensive foul called on Josh Patterson, fighting down low, fighting for position with Hayes around that low block area. I expect to see some points in this contest. Still 2-2 with less than 2 minutes in, but once these teams kind of feel each other out, I expect the floor to be a little more wide open, maybe a couple more jump shots taken.
There's a jump shot from three-point land. Burlekamp can't hit. Rebound, Tyler Patterson. Josh Patterson directs the offense as Schwartz. Left wing, Tyler Patterson. This Thomas More team, a little smaller than they've been in years past, but a very athletic and quick group. They'll try to force the issue at times, which will be an interesting aspect of this game because Grove City has some very talented guard play. Down to 3 on the shot clock. Giesler wide open for 3. No good. Rebound, offensive board for Josh Patterson. He's fouled.
Good work down low. Not an easy job, especially when you have all those hands, elbows, everything you're getting hit with. Able to muster up a shot and get to the free throw line. The foul on Elliott Pipes. His first and the first for Thomas More.
First free throw knocked down for Josh Patterson. And the Wolverines with a 1-point lead. Patterson, a 73% free throw shooter, hits both.
This coach pretty confident in his abilities. Nobody lining up for Grove City. All of them were back in the backcourt.
Nice pass to Burleycamp in the lay-in. Line drive pass from Mumford.
And the one accounted for Burleycamp running the baseline. Mumford hit him, easy lay-in.
Now Mumford can score it. He can dish it off as well. Giesler is fouled. Strong take to the cylinder, and he reaps the benefits.
Don't really see him do a ton of work down low, more of an outside threat. Mentioned his three-point capabilities. Decent from the line as well, 3 of 4. Limited opportunities this year. You would expect that from a traditional jump shooter, stays away from the hoop, and also doesn't have too many opportunities to get fouled.
Giesler hits the first. 5-4 Grove City. Second one is true. 6-4 Wolverines. Burleycamp slides left. Elliott pipes to Burleycamp, top of the key, guarded tightly by Schwartz. DeCarlo Hayes kicks it to the left corner. Baseline drive by Pipe, steps on the baseline, out of bounds.
Pipe trying to go around Marmelstein. Josh Patterson came over to double team him along the baseline. That's exactly what you want when you have that double team. You want to turn over, either by stepping out of bounds like that happened, or a chance for a steal opportunity. But ball out of bounds to Grove City, and they'll walk it up.
Josh Patterson, top of the key. Giesler wide open, knocks it down. Can't leave him that wide open.
No, and he missed his first one wide open, so chances were hitting over 50%. He's going to make that second one. They have to account for him on the outside.
Giesler now with 18 trays this season. He averages 15 points per game. He's already a third of the way there. Checking out Tyler Patterson. Entering for Grove City, Eric Karlstrom. Some height, 6'6" is Karlstrom, the sophomore. Thomas More trailing by 5 to Carlo Hayes. Looks to Burleycamp. Pass left wing, Pipes. Dribbles right, passes right. Hayes, return pass to Pipes. Drew Mays, freshman, in the starting lineup for Thomas More. Hayes is fouled.
Shot clock winding down a little bit. Hayes deciding he might as well attack the basket. None of his teammates were. Grove City doing a great job of keeping the Saints out of the interior with their zone defense.
Well, DeCarlo Hayes, someone certainly not afraid to create something on his own. We saw that quite a bit last season, and in particular in late season games against the St. Vincent Bearcats, whether it was the regular season finale where he almost single-handedly helped Thomas More force overtime in that particular contest, or the PAC title game. Both ended up being losses for the Saints, but DeCarlo Hayes did his best to put the team on his back, and certainly has the ability to create it. Well, he created himself some free throw attempts just moments ago.
Yeah, very quick along the outside. You mentioned in the open, he's one of the three-point shooters to look out for, but demonstrated there also the ability to take it to the hole and draw some contact. Didn't get the field goal to go, but will definitely take the trip to the line.
Karlstrom trying to create some space. Gets it to drop +1.
He might be a problem for the Saints. A big body down low. Not a whole lot of size, not a whole lot of interior defense. At least in the starting lineup for Thomas More. They might have to make an adjustment if he's in there for a long period of time. Something I would do is feed him if he gets the kind of results he did right there. So Carlson to the line, trying to finish off this three-point play.
And he does. Eric Karlstrom. Spencer Burleycamp hands it off to Hayes. Swinging around the left side. New troops in for Thomas More. And there's a long distance connect. Drew Mumford with the 3. He averages 21 points per game. We have an early timeout. We'll take a break. 12-9 our score. Grove City leading on the PAC Sports Network.
We're here at Sport Clips, the new just for guys haircutting place, to see what the buzz is about. How was it?
Nice cut, nice price, professional stylist. Doesn't get any better than this.
There's sports on TV at every chair.
I got an awesome haircut, steam towel treatment, neck and shoulder massage. I went all the way!
What are you waiting for? Sport Clips is now in your neighborhood. At Sport Clips, guys win.
With 2 locations in Washington County, at the McMurray Shops in Peters Township and at Trinity Point in Washington.
3-point lead for Grove City early in the first half. Drew Mumford hitting a three-pointer just moments ago before the timeout. And Grove City in possession in the forecourt. JT Schwartz swinging around left side to Karlstrom. You mentioned the height of Karlstrom. Thomas More trying to match that as they bring 6'6" freshman Bryson Walsh off the bench and into the game. A rebound off the miss by Nate McGovney. McGovney has been a big producer off the bench, 10 points per game. As Hayes drains the three, and we're even. Karlstrom guarded by Walsh, so there's that 6'6" matchup, Justin, and you're talking about Thomas More needing to match up with that, but they're darting through the lane. JT Schwartz for the layup.
And that's what happened with Karlstrom being along the perimeter. It opened up that lane. Schwartz took advantage. Some free space right down the alley.
Mumford up top has Hayes open for the three. Back of the iron, rebound. Josh Patterson climbing tall for that board. Joe Vermelia to Mitch Marmelstein, head fake, goes baseline, has Schwartz open for the three from the right quarter, won't drop.
Marmelstein passed up a wide open layup opportunity there, dishing that to the corner.
Now we have a whistle, some contact on the left side of the lane. Vermelia. Now it's going to go to JT Schwartz, and that is his second foul already, so keep note of that. JT Schwartz, a very talented point guard, will have to sit the bench for the time being. 13:50 to go in the first half. Drew Mumford. Now it's Burleycamp is in off the bench with Stephen Tam for the Wolverines. Burleycamp from the right wing. Won't hit. DeCarlo Hayes will. And Hayes gives the Thomas More Saints the lead.
Yeah, very quickly with 8 points. A couple from long range. And half of the Saints offense so far, 8 of their 15. Someone's got to get a hand in his face.
Is up to season 3-point total now to 10. Whistle and foul. That's called on Spencer Burleycamp. That's the second on Burleycamp, so another talented guard with 2 fouls early on in this one. And Burleycamp already edging toward the bench where first-year head coach Drew Cooper stands. Burleycamp checks out. Elliot Pipes will return.
A little more significant Schwartz being on the bench simply because he is your starting point guard. He always has the ball in his hands, bringing it up the floor, and is great against the press. So if Thomas More wants to put in the press, it might give Grove City a little bit of difficulty without their point guard in the game right now.
Tam 1 for 2 at the charity stripe, ties the game 15-15. Elliot Pipes blocked shot by Mitch Marmelstein brings the gymnasium to a high level.
Well, that was the second time Grove City has been beat on that baseline play, but Marmelstein able to recover and get the block out of bounds.
Pipes looks inside, will go to Hayes instead. He's on fire, knocks down another, this time for 2.
Sure is on fire. Making him from all over the place. Threes from the left side, that one a little closer from the right side.
And that time there was a hand in his face, didn't matter.
Maybe 2 hands in his face?
Inside pass to Marmelstein, gets his own rebound. But an offensive foul on the Wolverines, and that charge to Marmelstein. A little too physical under the rim. Trying to get his own board for the make good. Ends up committing the foul. You see that quite a bit, whether it's a giveaway or in that case a missed shot. From time to time, a player just in frustration trying to do too much ends up committing the foul. There's a 3-point effort for Mumford, no good. Easy board for Karlstrom. Stephen Tam directs traffic, bounce pass to Giesler. See a lot of guys in and out of the game for Grove City. They like to work the bench. And ball bobbled out of bounds by the Wolverines. And in similar fashion, you'll see that from Thomas More as well. A lot of players on the floor for both squads. Pipes into the forecourt. Thomas More leading by 2. Primarily on the efforts of the man with the basketball, DeCarlo Hayes. Now we'll pass it off. Elliott Pipes back to Hayes. Hayes all alone, top of the key. Can't knock that one down. Rebound Patterson. And Giesler came out to guard DeCarlo Hayes, and that time at least a little bit of the hand in his face was enough to keep him from making that shot. Tam, strong take and finish.
Seemed to be the idea on that possession. All 5 Grove City players were along the perimeter and kind of an ISO play. Tam able to take it to the hole and score.
Tam from Hamilton, Massachusetts, making an impact. Loose ball to Giesler. Tie game, under 11 minutes to go in the first half, and Steve Lammy wants a 30-second timeout. We'll take a quick one with the Wolverines as well on the PAC Sports Network.
Bankruptcy myths busted.
I heard you lose everything you own when you file bankruptcy.
The whole point of bankruptcy is to get a fresh start, and that's only possible if you have something to start with. In over 95% of bankruptcy cases, individuals keep everything they own, including their home, car, pension, and household goods.
Myth busted. Bankruptcy Myths Busted, brought to you by Foster Law Offices. Call today to schedule a free consultation and sleep better tonight.
Back at the Grove City College Arena, 17 all our score. 10:48 to go in half number 1, and looks like both teams still kind of feeling each other out. And both teams relatively familiar with each other. There's plenty of returnees for each squad, but nonetheless, it's a new year and very excited about what this season has to offer. Giesler open for 3. And while DeCarlo Hayes has been hot for the Saints, Brian Giesler says, I've been hot all season if you haven't noticed, and the Wolverines back ahead. Giesler with 8 points. Unforced error, ball out of bounds to Grove City. Josh Patterson administers the inbound to Steven Tam. Fakes left, goes right with a pass to Evan Shell, the lone senior on this Wolverine squad. Back to Tam. Tam guarded by Drew Mays rather. 3-point effort for Josh Patterson, no good. Rebound, Drew Mays. Mays, the 6'1 freshman, slides right, dishes it off to Pipes for 3. No good, easy board for Patterson all alone in the paint. Patterson directs the floor, now we'll slow it up. Backs his way in, kicks it out. Giesler for another 3-point try. Nothing but net for Giesler.
Giesler just starts possession at the high post and kind of drifts away from his man out towards the 3-point line. That's what happened the last 2 times he's had the ball. And had it there and knocked it down, splash. Have to keep an eye on him. He's deadly from the outside.
Part of that outstanding junior class with Grove City. Brian Giesler missed by Pipes, rebound Patterson. And that's really the X factor for this Grove City team this year. Typically a defensive group, but you have Mitch Marmelstein, you know who can score points, has taken on more of a vocal leadership role this season. Giesler is that X factor as he has developed an outside shot that, at least so far, has been unstoppable. And how about that move for Evan Shell?
Shot clock winding down, just kind of threw it up, had to. 1 second on the shot clock and it goes in.
What was a tie game is now an 8-point lead for the Wolverines. The ebb and flow. Pipes will go left for Mays. Back to Pipes. Dishes it off Mumford, open for a 2-point jump shot, rattles out. Rebound to Tam. Able to avoid McGovney, trying to track him down from behind. Tyler Patterson goes left to Giesler. Wolverines will slow up the pace. 14 on the shot clock. Inside effort to Patterson, ball tipped and now stolen. Mays trying to go coast to coast, and he will with the lay-in. Drew Mays from Union, Kentucky in Ryle High School. Cuts it to a 6-point game. Giesler around a screen for three is fouled. That time trying to get through the screen was Nate McGovney, and he undercut Giesler on the three-point effort.
Maybe not a terrible idea the way he's been shooting the basketball. You take him out of his rhythm at least of the catch and shoot from long range.
Yeah, you might be better off having him attempt one at a time rather than hit the three all at once, right?
Well, sometimes a shooter gets in a rhythm, especially a catch and shoot from the outside like Giesler, and it just throws you off your rhythm a little bit, even though it's one of those unwritten rules. You don't want to foul a three-point shooter. In this case, no, might as well take a shot at it because he's been draining from the outside.
Drains this one as well from the free throw line, up to 12 points already. Brian Giesler. Giesler from Harrisville, PA, and Slippery Rock High School. It's the second free throw. New troops in for Thomas More. Giesler trying to earn the three-pointer the hard way. And he will. 14 for Giesler, a 9-point lead for the Wolverines. Inbounds pass goes to Mays. Mays in the forecourt, slides right. Marmelstein guarding him. Man-to-man defense right now by the Wolverines. Richard, pass inside to Jalen Clark. Right-handed hook, no good. A rebound to Joe Vermillion. JT Schwartz, the Shaler High School product. He'll be part of our halftime feature, brought to you by J&D Waterproofing. Stay tuned for that in about 7 minutes on the game clock. There's a steal. After the tip by Richard, it's Mays who's fouled underneath the bucket. Now Ford Ronaldo was not in rhythm, and Thomas More took advantage of it as they pressured him, and he coughed it up. Mays hits the first from the stripe. Three of 5 from the free throw line this season, including that hit moments ago, and connects on the second free throw as well. Give him 4 points so far tonight. 7-point game. Nice inside look to Schwartz, who's fouled by Richard. Chris Richard, the 6'4 junior. And JT Schwartz does such a nice job in terms of delivering timely passes to his teammates. Doing a little bit of creating on his own there. Was in some space under the bucket, and by the time Richard got to him, he had fouled him. Makes the first free throw. Schwartz with 5 points so far. Misses the second free throw. Rebound tipped into the arms of Chris Richard. And JT Schwartz, the floor general for some of the best teams at the Shaler High School basketball program that they have ever had during his time with the Shaler Titans. Is Thomas More. Crossover by Hayes, kicks it out to Mays. Pass off the bottom of the backboard. Corralled by Isaiah Reeves for the Wolverines. Schwartz knocked down to the floor, whistle. And that'll be on to Carlo Hayes. First foul on Hayes. That's the 7th team foul on the Saints, so puts Schwartz to the line for a 1-and-1. Wolverines with 6 team fouls. And Schwartz hits the front end. Schwartz 45% at the line this season. He's 2 for 3 tonight. 9-point advantage for the Wolverines. Second free throw is also good. Schwartz, who averages 15 points per game. Team high 9 steals for Schwartz. Very talented all around. All hustle type player. Kind of guy that Steve Lammy loves having on his team. Chris Richard trying to back his way in off the window, and good for Thomas More. Tam directs traffic, passes it off to Marmelstein. Mumford comes up to guard. Now it's Giesler, hands it off to Marmelstein. He can shoot it from beyond the arc as well. Tyler Patterson to Marmelstein from the right wing. Head fake, dribbles in, trying a pass tight to the baseline and spun off the arms of one of the Saints and out of bounds. Dangerous pass, though.
Yeah, it was. He did have an open teammate in the opposite corner, but and then tried to force a pass there on the out of bounds play.
Was stolen by Mumford, who's fouled. That's the 7th team foul now on the Wolverines, and puts Mumford to the line.
Yeah, it was an ill-advised pass originally, but an even more ill-advised pass there, resulting in the turnover and the foul and the 1-on-1 opportunity. Never good when you have those 1-on-1 opportunities at the other end of the floor. Drive a coach crazy.
Mumford with 5 tonight. And the southpaw, his front end rattles out.
Now when he misses the 1-on-1, it drives him a little less crazy.
Marmelstein juggles the basketball, recovers. Now the craziness might still exist regardless of the free throw miss. Some anxious moments, but there's a nice fadeaway by Tyler Patterson. Driving baseline, Nate McGovney for the deuce.
Yeah, at times it seems like both teams just want to run, and then every once in a while, like here, Grove City will slow up the pace again. Seems like we're almost at the point where the game's going to turn into a track meet, and then all of a sudden the pace slows down again. So, very strange rhythm to this game so far.
Tyler Patterson dribbles left toward the free throw line. Now has Reeves, who will back it off. Hayes comes out to guard. Tyler Patterson to Tam, bounce pass looking for Reeves, but beyond his reach.
Long pages that time between teammates. Pass was not going to connect.
McGovney sends it in. Under 5 to go in the first half. Wolverines, after it was a tie game at 17-17, Wolverines have been ahead.
This is a key moment in the game for both teams. Time winding down here before halftime, 8-point lead. And very well could turn to double digits if Grove City goes on a run, or it could shrink to a tie game if Thomas Morgan sees the upper hand here in the winning moments of the first half.
Some critical moments here, at least in the early stages of this contest. Giesler loses the ball, but fumbles it away because he's fouled. Chris Richard. That's the second foul on Richard, 8th team foul on the Saints. Now Giesler has been good from whether it's beyond the arc or at the free throw line. But this time, no good on the 1-and-1 attempt.
That's 5 of 5 from the line before that miss.
Just a little short on it. Jalen Clark, pass to Mumford. Mumford wants to go inside to Richard, instead swings it around. Jalen Clark from the left wing has Hayes. To Carlo, Hayes knocks down the 3. He remains hot, up to 13 points, and has knocked down 3 trays thus far.
He really hadn't shot the basketball a few minutes, but had an opportunity there, and that'll give him 13 points.
Geisler, again a little shy off the front of the rim. Hayes leads Clark, lets a man pass him by, misses on the dunk attempt, and now Stephen Tam leads the charge the opposite direction.
Not sure if Marmelstein got a hand on the ball on his way up. Just didn't look like he had a good grip on it as he tried to slam it home.
Geisler. Marmelstein back to Geisler. Tam, head fake, will put up the three-pointer. Bounces around the rim, no good. Rebound Richard. Under 3 to go in the first half. Thomas More has closed the gap to 5. And can chip away even more. McGovney to Richard. And the pass tipped by Geisler and swiped away by Marmelstein. Lane attempt. Won't fall, but the ball out of bounds off of McGovney. First-year head coach Drew Cooper for Thomas More with some instructions for his team. Cooper, the 9th head coach in Thomas More history for the men's program. Nice turnaround fadeaway by Josh Patterson.
Patterson made his own space there, caught that ball underneath the hoop and had to change his angle so he could get a good look.
Ball stripped away from McGovney, and the steal for Tyler Patterson. Grove City will slow the pace, leading by 7 and under 2 to go in the opening half. Bounce pass to Vermillion. Goes to Josh Patterson, dribbles baseline, Tam in the left corner. Kept his heels inbounds. Marmelstein called for the offensive foul as McGovney draws the charge.
That skip pass was available once Tam caught that ball in the corner. He passed that immediately to Marmelstein. He has a good look at a 3. Once he hesitated that split second, then Marmelstein had to create his own shot, and it ultimately resulted in an offensive foul.
Timeout. Thomas More will take a break as well. We'll be back. Grove City leading on the PAC Sports Network.
3 generations, Sharps Furniture has been proud to serve southwestern PA with their brand of personal service. Being an authorized dealer for Lazy Boy, they are dedicated to providing the finest quality products made here in the US of A. Looking for custom upholstery? Sharps carries a large selection of upholstery to choose from, all made in America. And their friendly staff will deliver right to your front door. Sharps Furniture, your authorized Lazy Boy dealer. Family owned, family operated since 1917. Located just off I-70, exit 19B in Washington, PA.
35-28, Grove City with the advantage in the first half. Exciting action up and down the floor, and Elliott Pipes plays it in for Thomas More to DeCarlo Hayes. Hayes to the right of the elbow. We have a foul away from the basketball on Elliott Pipes.
Well, back-to-back offensive fouls, 1 on each team.
It's the second foul on Pipes. And with that, Bryson Walsh re-enters, the 6'6" freshman. Tallest player on the roster for Thomas More, on the active roster anyway. Christian Durbin, pass right side, open for 3, Josh Patterson. 10-point lead for the Wolverines, largest lead of the game. Christian Durbin, he along with JT Schwartz, part of our halftime feature focus, brought to you by J&D Waterproofing, and Durbin now with a steal. Durbin from Seneca Valley High School. And he set up the last 3-point make, and after the steal here, he'll slow it down.
A nice luxury to have a guy you can call on off the bench with the ball handling ability of Durbin, also the quickness of Durbin. If you have foul troubles with your starting point guard, it's always nice to have someone that can distribute and break a press if you need to.
3-pointer no good for Vermillion. Mumford leads the way. Thomas More, stop and go move by Hayes, no good on the right side lay-in attempt. Josh Patterson, 30 seconds to go. 3-point try for Evan Shell. Back of the iron, offensive board for Patterson, but he's on the baseline. Thomas More will have it for a last shot opportunity in half number 1, trailing by 10.
If his shoe was one size smaller, he'd still be in bounds. But nicked that black line on the baseline. Thomas More will have a last shot, trailing by 10.
Superb effort by Tyler Patterson, but just 1 inch too large on that shoe size, as Justin talked about. 10 seconds to go. McGovney has Hayes open for a triple, and he knocks it down, and it's back to a single-digit lead for Grove City. Half-court attempt before the buzzer, no good for Vermillion. And Thomas More trailing Grove City 38-31 at halftime. Excellent, before we send it to the break, excellent play on both sides toward the end there, but for Thomas More, while the deficit had swelled to 10, you like the open look there by Hayes to make it a single-digit 7-point game at intermission.
Yeah, a lot of times you'll see guys wait until the buzzer, wait until a final second, then force up a shot there. He had about 5-6 seconds left on the clock and saw an open opportunity. Thought, why not knock this down the way he's been shooting the basketball tonight? Any open shot for him is a good shot. And knocked it down and helped trim that deficit.
38-31 Wolverines at halftime. We'll take a quick break and come back on the PAC Sports Network.
Hi, I'm John Williams, Superintendent of J&D Waterproofing. If you have bowed or cracked walls due to water seepage in your basement, give us a call at 1-800-VERY-DRY. We've been a family-owned business serving the tri-state area since 1939. We specialize in foundation repair and basement waterproofing, and we're dedicated to service and 100% customer satisfaction. Call us today at 1-800-VERY-DRY for a free estimate. J&D Waterproofing, serving the tri-state area for 71 years.
We're here at Sport Clips, the new just for guys haircutting place, to see what the buzz is about. How was it?
Nice cut, nice price, professional stylist. Doesn't get any better than this.
There's sports on TV at every chair.
I got an awesome haircut, steam towel treatment, neck and shoulder massage. I went all the way! What are you waiting for? Sport Clips is now in your neighborhood. At Sport Clips, guys win.
With 2 locations in Washington County, at the McMurray Shops in Peters Township and at Trinity Point in Washington.
At the Grove City College Arena, 38-31 Wolverines with the advantage, and we've seen some impressive three-point shooting so far. For the Thomas More Saints, DeCarlo Hayes has knocked down 3 three-pointers. And for the Grove City Wolverines, Brian Giesler with 3. Actually, backtrack, DeCarlo Hayes with 4 three-pointers. He has 16 points, leading all scorers. DeCarlo Hayes off to a torrid pace at this stage in the game. And Brian Giesler, 3 three-pointers for the Wolverines. The threes have been raining down, and so far the Wolverines with the 7-point lead at the half.
Yeah, it's a strange vibe. We kind of talked about it a little bit during the first half. Strange vibe to this game. At times it seems like both teams want to run, and then all of a sudden the pace slows to a crawl. A lot of offense, but I feel like it could be more offense once one team starts running if the other one went ahead and ran with them. And 38-31, we're just kind of teetering on the edge of a big offensive explosion. Maybe we'll have that in the second half in terms of a transition game. But been kind of slow, not a whole lot of points in transition, but certainly great shooting exhibitions from range and at the free throw line. Both teams doing a great job of filling up the basket when they take the shots.
Quick numbers, 44% shooting for Thomas More in the opening half, 46% shooting for Grove City in half number 1. From beyond the arc, 4 of 10, Grove City. For Thomas More, 5 of 13. So the teams, they are hitting, that's for sure. And it's up to maybe what defense can even grab just a slight hold in the second half. Could be the difference. But now that we are at halftime, we're going to go to our J&D Waterproofing halftime feature. And this week, it'll focus on JT Schwartz and Christian Durbin. A couple of guards that are referred to by Coach Steve Lammy as the Ninjas. And they are a slippery pair in the backcourt, and a pair that are a big component to the strong junior class for the Grove City Wolverines this year. That feature coming up next on the PAC Sports Network. PAC play tips off tonight conference-wide, and hoping to make a splash this season is a Grove City team that is led by a talented and deep junior class. Part of that junior contingent is a pair of guards who give opponents fits with their sleek and slippery style. Christian Durbin and J.T. Schwartz are tiny guards from the North Hills of Pittsburgh who are known around Grove City, and more specifically by head coach Steve Lammy, as the Ninjas.
It's just something Coach came up with one day during practice. I know, I think it may have been Christian, got like a Charlie horse or something. He said, "You guys are too small to get hurt. You guys are ninjas," and it just kind of stuck. So, yeah, that's how we've been described.
They're so fast, and you can't press us really because you just give them the ball and let them do their thing. Just be faster and lower than everybody else. So, I mean, that's why we call them ninjas, because nobody can really touch them on the court. So,
one of our former players was playing with them in like an open gym situation, and he just briefly mentioned, yeah, those ninja guards, he didn't even know their names. Those ninja guards are really quick. And so that label has just kind of stuck with those guys.
With a Harry Houdini-like ability to escape a trap, these so-called ninjas can seemingly vanish in the blink of an eye and suddenly reappear on the other end of the floor, often dishing off a pass to a wide-open teammate. Breaking the press is something Durbin in particular takes great pride in.
Yeah, just trying to penetrate and find the open man, I guess. In the press, I like when teams press. You can dribble through the press. I like doing that. I'd rather make a good pass than score myself. So
they're both like one-man press breakers. And oftentimes in the past, we have set up a more elaborate five-man press breaker. But over the last couple of years, we've just put the ball in their hands, oftentimes just spread the floor and allowed them to go. And they're hard to guard in the full court. And so now it's just a matter of making decisions in the half court once they beat the press. And they've gotten better and better at that.
While they are ninjas now, in high school they were rivals, playing against each other twice a year in one of the toughest sections in the Pittsburgh area. Two of the most dynamic guards in Class Quad A, Schwartz was the floor general for the explosive Shaler Titans, and Durbin was a 1,000-point scorer for the Seneca Valley Raiders. In fact, Durbin's 1,000th point came in a game against Schwartz and the Titans on February 1st of 2011.
But one memory that's particularly stuck out is our senior year. It was Seneca Valley at Shaler, and Christian, I think, needed 2 more points to score his 1,000th point. So at the tip, I told him, I said, "I'm not letting you score it on me." And I actually didn't let him score it on me. He scored on someone that subbed in for me. So that was always like a funny memory.
Durbin became just the 4th player in Seneca Valley history to surpass 1,000 points, but it was Schwartz's Titans that won the Section 3 title en route to a 22-2 season. Playing against his pesky section foe was not necessarily Durbin's favorite task.
I don't know, it was a pain. He's a little gnat. He always runs around everywhere and hustles everywhere. It's funny, though, because we played on the same AAU team back in, I think it was like 7th, 8th, 9th grade, something like that. So we were friends then, and then after 9th grade, we switched teams. So then when we got to high school, I guess we weren't like best friends anymore because we had the section games against each other. I don't know, I wouldn't say we hated each other or anything, but it was definitely a rivalry, yeah.
The two may have tormented each other in high school, but at Grove City, they deal that same frustration to conference opponents and sometimes their own teammates in practice.
They're always the ones that are out hustling everybody. Always kind of getting under your skin a little bit, just because of how hard they play and how good they are on offense, and you can't really stop them, especially when we do like closeout drills, because they'll just get around you every time and embarrass you.
Despite making significant contributions on the court in high school, some openly doubted that these speedy guards would be able to hack it at the collegiate level because of their size. Durbin stands at 5'7" and Schwartz at 5'8". Their lack of height notwithstanding, the two have a quickness that few in the conference can match.
Their quickness, even though they're short, they're quick, and so that allows them to maybe make mistakes, but they can quickly rectify it only because they're quick enough to get into position where other players can't.
And for a notorious hard worker like Schwartz, that criticism only strengthens his desire.
I just try to work on every part of my game, at least every day. One thing that was a big motivator for me was people telling me that I was a little bit too small. to play college basketball. So I definitely used that to help me work harder as motivation.
Whether it was playing AAU ball for the Pittsburgh Elite as youths or battling it out as rivals in high school, Christian Durbin and JT Schwartz agree that having joined forces at Grove City has been a much more pleasurable experience.
It was always fun. I know there was always a lot of hype in the communities about our games just because they knew that we knew each other and we were two pretty good guards that had similar games. So it was always a good time.
Schwartz, Durbin, and many of the juniors on this year's Grove City team have seen significant playing time since their freshman year. With a wealth of experience and skill, this junior class is hoping to be part of a resurgence that leads the Wolverines back to the top of the President's Athletic Conference.
I think we have a good shot at winning the pack. A lot of experience, as you mentioned, with the junior class. We've been playing since our freshman year, so a lot of things are coming together. But it's early in the season, so we just got to keep working hard and get that first pack win.
You know, I feel like we just play as a team. We play like we know how we can. I feel like we could win it this year just because of our experience and our skill. You know, we love each other so much. We play like that on the court. So I feel like we got a great shot this year.
Disability affects the lives of over 29,000 people in Fayette, Washington, and Greene counties. Tri-County Patriots for Independent Living are people with and without disabilities working to meet those needs in the community. The success of Triple comes from the commitment of a dedicated board of directors, its members, and volunteers. To continue to improve services, Triple is renovating the historical YWCA building located at 42 West Maiden Street in Washington. This will allow for an assistive internet cafe, increased veteran services, and transportation and wellness to provide skills to help with independent living. Your help and feedback are appreciated, and if you seek assistance, we're here to help.
Bankruptcy myths busted.
I heard you lose everything you own when you file bankruptcy.
The whole point of bankruptcy is to get a fresh start, and that's only possible if you have something to start with. In over 95% of bankruptcy cases, individuals keep everything they own, including their home, car, pension, and household goods.
Myth busted. Bankruptcy Myths Busted, brought to you by Foster Law Offices. Call today to schedule a free consultation and sleep better tonight.
For 3 generations, Sharps Furniture has been proud to serve Southwestern PA with their brand of personal service. Being an authorized dealer for Lazy Boy, they are dedicated to providing the finest quality products made here in the US of A. Looking for custom upholstery? Sharps carries a large selection of upholstery to choose from, all made in America. And their friendly staff will deliver right to your front door. Sharps Furniture, your authorized Lazy Boy dealer. Family owned, family operated since 1917. Located just off I-70, exit 19B in Washington, PA.
Hi, I'm John Williams, Superintendent of J&D Waterproofing. If you have bowed or cracked walls due to water seepage in your basement, give us a call at 1-800-BURY-DRY. We've been a family-owned business serving the tri-state area since 1939. We specialize in foundation repair and basement waterproofing, and we're dedicated to service and 100% customer satisfaction. Call us today at 1-800-BURY-DRY for a free estimate. J&D Waterproofing, serving the tri-state area for 71 years.
When you are in need of fast, affordable, and professional voiceovers, contact TimeAd Productions. TimeAd Productions offers voice services for business presentations, documentary narrations, radio, television, imaging, and commercials, movie trailers, corporate phone systems, websites, audiobooks, and more. Visit or contact us online at www.timeadproductions.com.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Grove City, Pennsylvania. The Wolverines from Grove City leading 38-31 over the Thomas More Saints in what has been an exciting contest to this point. Second half will get underway in about a minute and a half here, but some early numbers in half number one. We talked about DeCarlo Hayes and Brian Giesler. They're the only 2 players in double digits, one for each squad, of course. DeCarlo Hayes, 16 points. He is 4 of 8 from three-point land, and Brian Giesler, 14 points. He is 3 of 5 from beyond the arc. Other numbers, we talked about the shooting percentage, which is fairly close. At 44% for Thomas More, 46% for Grove City. Also, other areas, turnovers, 9 for Thomas More, 7 for Grove City, and steals 2 apiece. Rebounding is close, 15 for Thomas More, 16 for Grove City. So it's actually in some ways closer on the stat sheet than it is on the scoreboard. A 7-point lead for Grove City is really quite nice for Grove City, considering how close things have been on the stat sheet. And really, it has been probably a tighter game than what the score would indicate. Not that it's a big lead by any stretch of the imagination.
Well, I think we're neck and neck with basically everything on the stat sheet except for free throws. Thomas More 4 of 5 from the free throw line. Grove City 12 of 16, so 8 more free throws, 7-point game. I mean, everything else is basically even across the board, and you're right. It has been a very, very tight. Grove City, about midway through that first half, kind of went on a little run. But other than that, they've been trading baskets more or less, trading fouls, trading turnovers. Seems like if one does one, the other does the other at the other end. We even traded offensive fouls there at the end of the first half. So kind of mirror images, feeling each other out, and they kind of did that the entire half, and that's sort of where we are. I don't know if they kind of take the teams a little bit longer to kind of get up to a run and gun kind of thing, or maybe we're just at that point and this is the pace we're going to play at the entire night. But either way, it's certainly anybody's game right now, and Thomas More, I think, may have a little bit of an edge coming out of halftime, simply because other than DeCarlo Hayes, you haven't really heard a whole lot of anything from anybody else. Time to get Drew Mumford rolling with just 5 points so far. Get some of your scorers involved. Spencer Burleycamp sat on the bench for most of that half with 2 fouls.
Second half underway. Chris Richard passes it out to Burleycamp. Big asset to have him back in the contest for Thomas More. McGovney to Mumford. Burleycamp right wing. Guarded tightly by Schwartz, who spent some time on the bench in the first half with a couple of fouls as well for Grove City, although we saw a little bit more of Schwartz than we did Burleycamp. Mumford to Hayes, open for a triple. That's his 5th of the game. And just like that, it's a 4-point lead.
Well, fantastic ball movement by the Saints, and Hayes and that jump shot have been working all night. Why stop now? He's got 16, and there's Giesler on the other end. They've been matching each other, and they both have 16 right now with that finish from Brian Giesler.
I think the storyline has been written. It's Hayes versus Giesler. This time Burleycamp trying to get into the mix. No good. Hayes with the rebound. Put back. He's fouled.
Head to the charity line. So Brian Giesler, 16 points. I have to one-up him, apparently. So he'll have a chance to add on to his total of 16 points here with a couple of freebies.
Well, Hayes actually, he came out of intermission with 16. He has 19 now after that three-pointer he hit to start the second half, and now trying to better that, and he's up to 20. So DeCarlo Hayes just keeps it rolling.
Oh, thanks for checking that.
No
my
problem.
live stats didn't update. I'll just pass the buck.
It's all good. Yeah, it's live stats.
Live stats.
They're too slow. And 40-36 is the lead again, trimmed to 4 points. Grove City with the advantage. Spin move by Marmelstein out to Patterson, and now it's Josh Patterson with a head fake, dribble in a couple of steps, drains the 2-point jumper. Largest lead in this game at any point was 38-28 for Grove City right before halftime, and that was trimmed to 7 on a DeCarlo Hayes 3-pointer. And that brought the score to 38-31 at halftime. We have an offensive foul on Thomas More away from the basketball. Chris Richard, that's his 3rd.
I'm not sure what Chris Richard did, but once the whistle was blown, he had his hands up in the air and a look as if he couldn't believe it was him, and that's the look for it was on him.
That look of disbelief usually means he's the man that did it.
You're guilty.
Guilty as charged. Here is Mitch Marmelstein. Excuse me, JT Schwartz rather, with Marmelstein to his left in the forecourt. Schwartz attacks the bucket. Oh, and he gets bounced. Elliott Pipes, after the miss by Schwartz, there's a clean rebound by Burleycamp, but Pipes just came in uncontrolled and barreled over Schwartz for the foul.
Like a hip check in hockey, only if that was hockey, it would still be interference. Schwartz didn't have the basketball, and certainly he can't run over a player like Pipes just did. A little out of control that time.
3rd on Pipes, so 3 on Pipes, 3 on Chris Richard. So Pipes will join Richard on the bench. Now, nothing intentional by any means. It was a hustling effort, but just too wild on that effort. There's a bounce pass, Marmelstein to Karlstrom, who's fouled. At that time, the 6'6" frame of Karlstrom helped him. Of course, the positioning as well helps him get to the line.
I love the interior pass. Instead of trying to force up a shot, Marmelstein just a bounce pass to the other side of the lane. And free throw opportunity here to extend the lead.
And Mitch Marmelstein is known as one of the better scorers for Grove City. He's without a point so far tonight. Averages 17 per game. Karlstrom misses the first free throw. But he can produce with assists, has 19 assists this season entering tonight's action. Karlstrom does connect on the second free throw. He has 4 points, and the Wolverines have a 7-point advantage. Burleycamp top of the key. Patterson guarding him. Now it's Hayes. Looks to McGovney. Out to Hayes. This time unable to hit. Schwartz with the rebound. Schwartz slithers in between defenders behind the back move. Goes to Marmelstein. Schwartz thinks about a three. Instead swings it around. Marmelstein open for the three-pointer off the front of the rim. Board goes to Mumford. Mumford presses the floor. Pass left to Mays. His three-pointer rims out. Schwartz collects the rebound, slows it up. Pass left side, Giesler all alone. Left side of the rim, off the mark.
Starting to get a little more wide open action, just no one can connect.
Mumford, baseline. Terrific take by Drew Mumford.
Actually looked like he was in a passing position there, maybe to feed it to the corner, but ended up laying it in with his offhand. Here's a lefty shot, but went left hand from the right side and got it to go.
Schwartz. Give to Giesler. Now has Karlstrom for the two-point bucket.
Always nice when you have a big guy step outside, show a little bit of range. It'll help open up that lane maybe later, knowing that Thomas More knowing that he just knocked down that shot just inside the three-point line.
This game was tied 17-all in the first half. Grove City went on a run, and they have been in the lead ever since. The largest lead at 10 points. It hasn't been a big lead for Grove City, or at least a consistently large lead, as Mumford gets the bucket and the foul. And that's part of the reason why the lead has not expanded or stayed at any large quantity for Grove City, because Thomas More has consistently had an answer. Mumford with 9 points. He can reach double digits with a make here. Instructions from both teams' head coaches. Drew Cooper of Thomas More, Steve Lammy of Grove City. Lammy in his 16th year with the Wolverines. Cooper objecting to, actually late instructions to Burleycamp, I believe it was. I thought for a moment he might be objecting to something on the court. And Mumford will reach double digits. He has 10. And the lead is 4 for the Wolverines. Isaiah Reeves, dish to Schwartz, touch pass out to Tam, head fake. Has Schwartz right quarter. No good. Karlstrom can't get to the rebound as Spencer Burleycamp streaks through. Has Mumford in the paint off the front of the rim. Karlstrom with the rebound. Lead pass for Schwartz. He'll run the floor. As you said, Justin, things getting a little more wide open now. Schwartz, no good. Putback falls for Karlstrom. Karlstrom with 8.
Yeah, he's been big tonight in big situations.
And Mumford with the response. Almost too easy for Drew Mumford. Forecourt handoff, Schwartz to Tam, right back to Schwartz. To the right of the elbow. Isaiah Reeves on the left side. Schwartz all alone, right wing. But pass will go to Tam as the defense collapses on him. Tam, nice use of the window.
The defense collapsed, but it didn't really collapse on him. It just collapsed to the interior, and Tam still a lot of time and space to get that shot off.
Had a good look at the bucket. Jalen Clark for a triple top Straight on look, doesn't get the shot. Undercuts Isaiah Reeves in his effort to get the rebound, does Clark. No whistle. Tam, step in, will back it off. Karlstrom. Bounce pass. Looking for Vermelia, but we have a foul charge to Thomas More, and that'll be called on Drew Mays, the 6'1" freshman. That'll be his second foul of the game. Foul on the floor. 14 fouls on Thomas More, 2 team fouls on Grove City. Over 5.5 minutes into the second half. Christian Durbin accepts the inbounds pass, head fake, slides in a step, will back it off. Touch passing, looking for Durbin down low. He'll spin out, trying to go toward the cylinder. Loose ball off of Durbin's hands and accepted by Drew Mays. Mays has Mumford open right wing. No good. Durbin with the rebound. Durbin will lead the floor. Checking behind his back. Touch pass toward Giesler. Three-pointer rattles out. And the rebound off of Hayes and out of bounds. Possession will stay with the Wolverines.
Man, neither team can buy a shot from the outside at this point.
Yeah, that hot shooting we saw in the first half is...
We've had 1 3 made in the second half and 10 taken combined.
Another miss. Josh Patterson from point blank. No good. Chris Richard turnaround shot. Also won't fall. Durbin takes down the board. And Durbin in some contact with Nate McGovney. Gets the blocking foul from McGovney. There the speed of Durbin just ate up McGovney.
And that was kind of all he could do. McGovney, Durbin was on his way right around him to the hoop. Not a terrible foul in that situation, knowing that you're beat. Durbin not able to get a shot off yet, so just ball out of bounds along the sideline. Really no harm other than picking up that one personal.
Tam will take a three-pointer. Misses, but an offensive rebound for Tyler Patterson.
Yeah, nobody boxed out. Richard was there, Mumford was there, no one accounted for Patterson.
This time Josh Patterson off the mark with his three-point effort, rattles out. DeCarlo Hayes will try for three, and he hits his 6th three-pointer of the game. 49-46, three-point lead for the Wolverines. And a timeout on the floor. We'll take a break as well on the PAC Sports Network.
We're here at Sport Clips, the new just for guys haircutting place, to see what the buzz is about. How was it?
Nice cut, nice price, professional stylist. Doesn't get any better than this.
There's sports on TV at every chair.
I got an awesome haircut, steam towel treatment, neck and shoulder massage. I went all the way! What are you waiting for? Sport Clips is now in your neighborhood. At Sport Clips, guys win.
With 2 locations in Washington County, at the McMurray Shops in Peters Township and at Trinity Point in Washington.
Bankruptcy myths busted.
I heard you lose everything you own when you file bankruptcy.
The whole point of bankruptcy is to get a fresh start, and that's only possible if you have something to start with. In over 95% of bankruptcy cases, individuals keep everything they own, including their home, car, pension, and household goods.
Myth busted. Bankruptcy myths busted. Brought to you by Foster Law Offices. Call today to schedule a free consultation and sleep better tonight.
49-46, Grove City leading by 3. Their lead has been as large as 10 points. And after the score was 17 all in the first half, Grove City has been in front. Thomas More, though, chipping away in large part to the efforts of DeCarlo Hayes, who has knocked down 6 threes tonight. He has 24 points, a game high. After the timeout called by Grove City, Christian Durbin has Josh Patterson for 3, and he knocks it down.
That was a big shot for Grove City. It was a one-possession game. And saw that lead That lead at halftime started to dwindle a little bit. Now back up by 6 and not comfortable, but more comfortable than it was at 3.
Patterson with a dozen points now is DeCarlo Hayes fouled. And it's the man who just made that three-pointer, Josh Patterson, called for the foul. That's his second. 3 team fouls on the Wolverines in the second half, 5 on Thomas More. Spencer Burlekamp sends in the inbounds pass to Chris Richard. Richard dribbles into the lane, and his shot partially blocked, but he's also partially fouled. Luke Tincha, 6'5" freshman. Tincha from Butler High School in Butler, Pennsylvania.
Quick flurry of fouls here, but neither side really with any individuals in foul trouble. Elliott Pipes with 3 for Thomas More, also Chris Richard shooting at the line right now with 3, and on the other side Marmelstein with 3 for Grove City. So situations to be aware of, but nothing really dire as of yet.
Richard hits to make it 52-47. 1 of 2 on that trip. Josh Patterson all alone. Richard with the rebound. Spencer Burlekamp pass to Mumford. Head fake on Marmelstein. Strong take. He's fouled. Mentioned Thomas More with a new head coach this year. First year head man Drew Cooper. Previously coached at Bellarmine University in Louisville. Led them to their first national championship in 2011, a Final Four appearance in 2012. And Drew Cooper, not sure on his size specifically, but he's a tall gentleman down there. He played professional basketball in the International Basketball Association with Ireland and Switzerland in the IBA. 13 points for Mumford now after that trip to the line, 52-48. Here's a steal for Hayes. Leads the charge. McGovney with the lay-in. It's a 2-point contest.
And he's one of those guys after Hayes that needs to start rolling on the score sheet. So a couple points, comes into the game averaging 9.5 points per game. He's got 4. A lot of the guys you see down past Hayes on the points per game sheet just not hitting their averages right now. It's really hurting Thomas More.
Timeout. Grove City. 52-50 the score. Wolverines take a quick 30. We'll take a break with them on the PAC Sports Network.
3 generations, Sharps Furniture has been proud to serve Southwestern PA with their brand of personal service. Being an authorized dealer for Lazy Boy, they are dedicated to providing the finest quality products made here in the US of A. Looking for custom upholstery? Sharps carries a large selection of upholstery to choose from, all made in America. And their friendly staff will deliver right to your front door. Sharps Furniture, your authorized Lazy Boy dealer. Family owned, family operated since 1917. Located just off I-70, exit 19B in Washington, PA.
Down to a 2-point lead for the Grove City Wolverines with over 11 minutes to play in the second half. Grove City has the basketball. Mitch Marmelstein out of the timeout administers the inbounds pass. Quick handoff delivery to Marmelstein. And now it's Schwartz to Marmelstein. Surveys the defense. Giesler. Bounce pass to Marmelstein. Left corner. Left by and lonesome is J.T. Schwartz, and he buries the 3-point shot. Schwartz, who is a 61% shooter from beyond the arc. Now every time Thomas More inches closer, someone, and it's not necessarily Giesler, but someone on the Wolverines hits a big 3-pointer. So Josh Patterson hit one earlier, this time J.T. Schwartz. Thomas More cycling the basketball. Pipes, harassed and fouled.
Grove City down to 14, Josh Patterson, his third. Team foul number 6.
Timeout. Elliott Pipes as the 5-second clock running down on him. So full timeout called by Thomas More. 5-point lead for the Wolverines. We'll be back on the PAC Sports Network.
Hi, I'm John Williams, Superintendent of J&D Waterproofing. If you have bowed or cracked walls due to water seepage in your basement, give us a call at 1-800-VERY-DRY. We've been a family-owned business serving the tri-state area since 1939. We specialize in foundation repair and basement waterproofing, and we're dedicated to service and 100% customer satisfaction. Call us today at 1-800-VERY-DRY for a free estimate. J&D Waterproofing, serving the tri-state area for 71 years.
When you are in need of fast, affordable, and professional voiceovers, contact TimeAd Productions. TimeAd Productions offers voice services for business presentations, documentary narrations, radio, television, imaging, and commercials, movie trailers, corporate phone systems, websites, audiobooks, and more. Visit or contact us online at www.timeadproductions.com.
Out of the Thomas More timeout. Saints will try it again with this inbounds attempt. Elliott Pipes. Bounce pass to Richard. Much easier the second time around. Richard with a bucket. Richard up to 5 points, playing with 3 fouls. Armelstein to JT Schwartz. Schwartz circles all the way through. Marmelstein open for the three-pointer. Does not hit. Marmelstein still without a point tonight.
Yep, still with the 0 on the score sheet. And Grove City has to like their situation right now without Marmelstein. You know, obviously you want him on the score sheet, but 3-point lead right now. If you told Grove City that Marmelstein would be held without a point, you'd think that they'd be losing to somebody, losing to Thomas More, but right now with the lead.
Berlekamp with the travel turns it over. And Mitch Marmelstein, one of the beautiful things about him is that while tonight's a great example, even though he has no points, he's still contributing, whether it be dishing off passes for assists, defense, steals, and just that leadership presence he brings on the floor, a much more vocal leader this season, the part of that junior class that's going to lead the way for the Wolverines, not just this season, but next season. And Coach Steve Lammy excited about the fact that he has them for 2 years.
And even though he hasn't scored tonight, certainly a threat to score. He has to be accounted for on the floor. And he's a little short there. He's definitely a guy who needs to be accounted for on the floor as well.
And Giesler's gotten cold now. There's a nice easy lay-in for Richard. 55-54, 1-point lead.
This is about that time you were talking about a moment ago where someone from Grove City steps outside and makes a big shot.
Schwartz drives toward the bucket, has Patterson, and he hits the three-pointer. There it is. The trend continues. Grove City with a big triple.
Thomas More really lacks in that perimeter defense. Keep getting close, but can't quite tie this game up.
Berlekamp off the front of the rim misses. Richard, though, with the offensive board, trying to spin free, is fouled. Going back to Josh Patterson, he has 3 three-pointers and 15 points tonight. Karlstrom fouls Richard, which is his 3rd foul of the evening. Important free throw. Richard drops it home.
Game also in the second half, about where we are in the second half. Bethany and Waynesburg even tighter than this one. Bethany a 1-point lead right now against the Yellow Jackets, but that game's been back and forth. A couple of teams with good records overall. Obviously tonight's the first night of conference play, so 0-0 on the PAC ledger for both teams, but it's a good early season battle, and we have a good one here.
First night on the PAC Sports Network, our first broadcast doubleheader, and this men's game an exciting one. Giesler drops in the deuce. Giesler up to 18 points. 3-point try from Mumford all alone. Rattles out. Board to Josh Patterson. And Geisler talking about how he's grown a little cold here now in the second half. He has 18 points, only 4 in half number 2. Karlstrom. Strong effort off the bench for Karlstrom tonight. A whistle away from the basketball, and Marmelstein wishes that there was no whistle because he hit a would-be three-pointer. It won't count. Foul is on Mumford, and again it's away from the basketball, so it'll be on the floor, inbounds pass upcoming.
A couple other scores at halftime. W&J slim lead over Westminster, 41-39, and just starting the second half, Teal 59, Geneva 48.
Bounce pass to Vermelia, swings it right. Geisler for 3. Can't hit.
Might be pressing a little bit, forcing that shot up. Just unable to hit.
7.5 to play. Hayes is fouled. Charge to Josh Patterson, and that's his 4th.
Either way that foul went, it was going to be number 4. Patterson picking it up, but Marmelstein also in the area. And Patterson's been the hot hand from the outside in this second half for Grove City, and definitely have to be aware of his 4 fouls. Now they are going to change it to Marmelstein.
Oh, wow, okay, so
that's originally who I thought the foul was on.
So it'll be 3 fouls for Patterson and now 4 for Marmelstein.
Well, same thing goes for him. Be aware of the 4 fouls. I don't know that he changes his game, or anybody for that matter changes their game when they get 4 fouls, but just be aware and don't pick up the 5th one on something silly.
Hayes with 25 points after the first free throw make. DeCarlo Hayes, the reigning PAC Player of the Year, 5'11" senior from Louisville, Kentucky. 3-point deficit for the Saints. And it's now a 2-point deficit. Grove City has led for the vast majority of this game. Vermelia to Reeves. Schwartz, Geisler, Josh Patterson. Quick passing here by the Wolverines. Geisler on the inside is fouled. And this one will be charged to DeCarlo Hayes. Got him on the arm. Only the 2nd foul on Hayes. Oh, Geisler, as we've seen, he has been quiet in the second half from the outside, so trying to take it to the Thomas More Saints. And he gets to the free throw line, however misses the first attempt.
And missed his last 3 from the free throw line after starting out the game 5 of 5. Colin Colden, pretty much all over the floor. Gets that one to go though.
19 points for Geisler, 3-point advantage for Grove City. Pipes, passes it off to McGovney, Spencer Burleycamp. Thomas More, a team the last 2 years having their season end on a sour note in the PAC championship game, hoping to make it back for a 3rd straight year, and maybe the 3rd time will be the charm. Grove City last season finished in 5th place. 2nd year in a row they've finished in 5th place in the conference regular season standings. But with their junior class, the Wolverines looking to make this a big year. The Southpaw Mumford knocks down shot number 1. Second free throw also good. 1-point lead for Grove City. So that means, Justin, that of course now's the time for one of the Wolverines to hit a big shot, right?
And if you're Thomas More, you really want to clamp down that defense. No good looks at the hoop, and great denial there by Elliott Pipes. Almost able to save it, but out of bounds.
Top shelf effort by Elliott Pipes. And Coach Steve Lammy not liking what he has seen now over the last few minutes, wants a timeout. We'll take a break, a full timeout on the PAC Sports Network.
Disability affects the lives of over 29,000 people in Fayette, Washington, and Greene counties. Tri-County Patriots for Independent Living are people with and without disabilities working to meet those needs in the community. The success of Triple comes from the commitment of a dedicated board of directors, its members, and volunteers. To continue to improve services, Triple is renovating the historical YWCA building located at 42 West Maiden Street in Washington. This will allow for an assistive internet cafe, increased veteran services, and transportation and wellness to provide skills to help with independent living. Your help and feedback are appreciated, and if you seek assistance, we're here to help.
(61-60), Grove City. Their lead was as large as 10 at 38-28 late in the first half. Things a little more precarious now with under 7 minutes to go. But this game never has had the feel of a one-sided affair. Grove City, as we've talked about, has had the lead for the vast majority of the game, but you never at any point felt that Grove City has had control of this game.
No, not at all. And that lead has been as big as 10, and back down to 1 now. It just seems like Thomas More not able to get that shot to tie it or to get the lead. They've had it within one possession several times, but every time down the floor, Grove City able to sink a shot, although there, Marmelstein throws it out of bounds. And now Thomas More with a chance to take the lead on this possession.
Miscommunication between Marmelstein and Isaiah Reeves, the 6-foot sophomore. And the turnover puts Thomas More in position to take their first lead since early in the game.
Yeah, Thomas More led by 2 at the 12:46 mark of the first half, and that was the last time they led this ball game.
Burlekamp surveys, slides right, bounce pass to Richard, reaching in. That's JT Schwartz, and he is called for that foul. That'll be his 4th. So significant situation here in terms of foul trouble. JT Schwartz with 4, Mitch Marmelstein with 4. Chris Richard, no good.
And also out there on the floor, Josh Patterson with 3. Schwartz will be replaced by Durbin. Good substitution there.
Richard ties it up, 61 all. Now, first time we've been tied as well since it was 17-17. And Richard in double digits with 10 points. Doing a lot of his work from the free throw line. 4 free throw connects tonight. DeCarlo Hayes whistled for his 3rd foul. Thomas More, 8 fouls. 1-and-1 opportunity is good for Josh Patterson. 16 points this evening for the 6-foot junior Josh Patterson out of McDonald, PA, and South Fayette High School. Second free throw won't drop. 1-point lead for Grove City, 62-61. McGovney to Mumford, fakes a pass inside, pass left to Richard. Now has Burlekamp right side, Durbin in his face. Forcing a pass inside, it's tipped out. Richard for 3, short on the attempt, rebound, Josh Patterson. Durbin, nice dish to Karlstrom, lets a man pass him by, left-handed lay-in.
Karlstrom, great patience down low with the head fake, getting the defender in the air. And then once that cleared out, easy lay-in off the glass.
Burlekamp in some trouble, dishes it off to Mumford in traffic, right-handed shot. Rebound Marmelstein for the Wolverines. Lead is 3, approaching the 5-minute mark in the second half. Durbin in for Schwartz, who has 4 fouls. Nice take. Unable to finish, however. Mumford head fake around a screen, loses possession. Patterson will go all the way for the lay-in. 66-61. Grove City timeout. Thomas More, a full timeout. We'll take a break on the PAC Sports Network.
We're here at Sport Clips, the new just for guys haircutting place, to see what the buzz is about. How was it?
Nice cut, nice price, professional stylist. Doesn't get any better than this.
There's sports on TV at every chair.
I got an awesome haircut, steam towel treatment, neck and shoulder massage. I went all the way! What are you waiting for? Sport Clips is now in your neighborhood. At Sport Clips, guys win.
With 2 locations in Washington County, at the McMurray Shops in Peters Township and at Trinity Point in Washington.
Bankruptcy myths busted.
I heard you lose everything you own when you file bankruptcy.
The whole point of bankruptcy is to get a fresh start, and that's only possible if you have something to start with. In over 95% of bankruptcy cases, individuals keep everything they own, including their home, car, pension, and household goods.
Myth busted. Bankruptcy myths busted. Brought to you by Foster Law Offices. Call today to schedule a free consultation and sleep better tonight.
5-point lead for Grove City, under 5 minutes to play. Thomas More and Drew Cooper, their head coach, taking a timeout. We have some scores from outside of this game tonight.
Yeah, one I've been keeping an eye on all night. Bethany 55, Waynesburg 49. Bison have opened up a lead a little bit there, and still 7 minutes remaining, but it seems to be a back and forth effort. Now the Bison, just a little bit of breathing room.
To Carlo Hayes, bounce pass to Mumford. Beautiful finish for Drew Mumford, 66-63.
Other conference action, Teal 66, Geneva 57, 9 minutes to go second half. Still at halftime, W&J up 2 on Westminster, 41-39. And in non-conference action, St. Vincent up 109-63 on Penn State New Kensington.
Marmelstein cannot hit from three-point land. He is still scoreless. Mumford, he's up to 17 points tonight. He averages 21 per game. Three-pointer for Hayes. He's hit 6 tonight, but not this time. Christian Durbin with the rebound. Durbin, lightning quick pass toward Karlstrom. Marmelstein gets to the loose ball, and we have a whistle. It's going to be on Thomas More, and it's not Hayes, it's Mumford.
Number 3 on Drew Mumford. And that last three-pointer that DeCarlo Hayes took didn't look like he had a whole lot of legs on it. Kind of shot that all arms. I don't know if getting a little fatigued, hands on knees right now. I don't remember him coming out of the game a whole lot. He's been out there for maybe every minute of this one. Maybe a small breather in the first half, but he's been on the floor most of the time. Done a great job, but just doesn't seem to have his legs right now.
First point of the night for Marmelstein. Second free throw, no good. 4-point advantage for Grove City. Approaching the 3-minute mark. To Carlo Hayes. Looking inside, will slide right, now to Mumford. Hayes looking for a finger roll attempt, but it's swatted out of there. Marmelstein fouled by Mumford. Frustration setting in suddenly for Thomas More.
Yeah, that was a bad foul by Mumford. All he needed to do was just cut Marmelstein off, which he did, but you have to stop the ball. You can't make contact in that situation, especially now, a double bonus opportunity for Marmelstein.
Free throw rattles out. From a shooting perspective, and we mentioned all the different ways that Marmelstein contributes for the Wolverines, but from a shooting perspective, this is a night that Marmelstein perhaps would like to forget. But it's a 5-point lead, and if the Wolverines come away with a win, Marmelstein would be just fine with that, as long as the Wolverines can win it. In contrast, Thomas More, they've been behind all night. They're looking for a late rally, under 3 to play. Hayes has Mumford, the conference leader in scoring, drains the three-pointer. And it's 68-66, and Thomas More refuses to go away. We'll keep it here for the time being with 2:42 on the clock. Big hit there by Drew Mumford.
Yeah, huge shot from the corner. Gives him 20 points. Second three-point. It just can't quite get up over that mountain. Thomas More trying again, another late run, 2:42, certainly tons of time. You'd love to see a defensive stop here if you're a fan of the Saints on this end and get the ball into your go-to guys. Hayes had a great night, 26 points. Mumford's come on late here in the second half, had just 5 at the break and 15 of his 20 now in the second half. So both of them seem to be in the zone offensively. You just need to buckle down here for the Saints. I'm sure that's what they're being reminded of here in the huddle. Play good defense. Don't send Grove City to the free throw line. You need to stop here. Turnover, steal, something. Need to stop here to send it back in the other direction.
Both teams in the double bonus at this point in terms of free throws. So if any fouls occur, that's where the foul situation lies. As to who will be at the line shooting what. It's all double bonus from here. 2-point lead for the Wolverines. Christian Durbin will walk it up the floor. Durbin, a 1,000-point score from Seneca Valley High School. Circles outside of the lane. Now he can eat up a possession all by himself. Pass to Giesler. Three-pointer rattles out. Board to the Saints. Down by 2. 2:15 to play.
Oh, that was a big rattle in and out. If that goes down, it's a 5-point game. Now Thomas More, since it didn't go, opportunity to tie or take the lead. Very methodical here, passing along the perimeter.
Looking for the right shot. McGovney as the freshman Mays. Now it's Pipes. Dribbles through the lane. Finger roll won't go. Putback won't drop for Richard, but we have a whistle.
Looks like it'll be Karlstrom picking up his 4th foul underneath that offensive possession. Looking for DeCarlo Hayes on the floor, looking for Mumford on the floor. They're both on the bench, thinking who's going to take this shot. Pipes, very assertive, very aggressive take to the hoop. Didn't get it to go. And at least able to create something, create a scoring opportunity near the hoop. Unfortunately for him, has to rely on Richards for the free throws to tie the game.
Misses the second. Richard with 11 points. Making much of his money tonight from the free throw line, but cannot tie it. 1-point lead for the Wolverines, approaching the 1.5 mark. Ball lost out of bounds, but knocked out of bounds by Richard. As Giesler and the Wolverines will retain possession. It's Marmelstein to inbound. Does so to Durbin. He's their good hands guy right now on the floor. And Giesler for 3. Ryan Giesler, he's been cold in the second half, but he hits a big one right there. Give him 22 points tonight. His 4th tray of the contest expands the Wolverines' lead to 4. But again, Thomas More refuses to go away. What can they come up with now? Pipes has Mays for 3. He knocks it down. Back to a 1-point game again. 1 minute to go. A lot of trust in the freshman, Drew Mays. Durbin passes it out to Marmelstein. Floats through the lane, and it drops in off the back of the iron on the finger roll. 3-point lead for the Wolverines.
That was a big time for his first field goal of the game. Now we're going to talk some things over. 39 seconds remain on the clock.
Timeout, and Mitch Marmelstein, as you said, what a great time for him to create his first field goal. He has 4 points, a couple of free throws. But that field goal, a huge one, and lead by example as well. And Mitch Marmelstein does so right there. It's been a rough night shooting, but has enough confidence to know the situation and to get the job done, and he does there. Thomas More Well, they have been knocking down three-pointers all night long. Perhaps now might be a good time for another.
You don't necessarily need a three in this situation. Certainly a couple more possessions. If you have an open look, you take it. Maybe you want to work that ball inside, foul Grove City, and see what they do at the free throw line. And collectively tonight, good, not great, 17 of 27 at the free throw line. Certainly the guys you probably don't want to foul. Brian Giesler, 6 of 9, although most of that was early. He struggled lately. JT Schwartz, 3 of 4. Josh Patterson, 3 of 5. Marmelstein, 2 of 4 from the free throw line. So those are guys that shooting the ball a reasonable clip tonight and certainly have good free throw numbers for the season.
Thomas More, if they decide to put up a three-pointer, they're 8 of 26 from beyond the arc. That's 31%. They trail by 3 right now. DeCarlo Hayes to Richard. McGovney left side, now Mumford. DeCarlo Hayes has hit 6 three-pointers tonight, but he'll go to the cylinder and he's fouled.
That's what you want to do. Attack, shoot some free throws, extend the game for Thomas More.
Yeah, with so much time. It's funny to say that with 26 seconds, but with so much time. And DeCarlo Hayes, again, we saw late last season him do this exact same thing in big games against St. Vincent. And again, he heads toward the cylinder and produces a foul on the Wolverines. A foul.
Well, he's been automatic from the free throw line tonight. 7 of 7 for the season. Also very good numbers heading into this game, 89%.
Second one falls out. 2-point game.
Well, you have to foul if you're Thomas More.
The shot clock is off. And the Saints do foul. That is Hayes, which should be his 4th if my count is accurate. And it is the 4th foul on Hayes, but it also puts Josh Patterson at the line. 2-point lead for Grove City. First one is true. 17 points this evening for Mr. Patterson. 10 of those in the second half. Critical free throw, 74-71. Now 75-71. Burlekamp to Hayes. 15 seconds, Hayes is fouled. 2 men in the area.
Yeah, definitely Schwartz with the big piece of the ball on that one, but maybe just a little bit on skin, and then he will foul out.
His night is over, JT Schwartz. We've seen Christian Durbin enter in his stead in the second half. Schwartz frustrated, shaking his head at the foul call. And it'll be Stephen Tam who enters this time around for Schwartz as the officials talk about the foul call here at the scorer's table. The DeCarlo Hayes to the line with his Thomas More Saints trailing by 4. 13 seconds to go. Hayes knocks down the first. He's got 28 tonight. Eight of 9 from the free throw line. 9 of 10. 2-point game. And Grove City wants a timeout. This is a full timeout. We'll take one with the Wolverines as well. We'll be back on the PAC Sports Network.
3 generations, Sharps Furniture has been proud to serve Southwestern PA with their brand of personal service. Being an authorized dealer for Lazy Boy, they are dedicated to providing the finest quality products made here in the US of A. Looking for custom upholstery? Sharps carries a large selection of upholstery to choose from, all made in America. And their friendly staff will deliver right to your front door. Sharps Furniture, your authorized Lazy Boy dealer. Family owned, family operated since 1917. Located just off I-70, exit 19B in Washington, PA.
PAC broadcast opener in women's and men's basketball. Thomas More visiting Grove City. The 7th-ranked Thomas More women rolling to a victory in Game 1. Game 2, it's a much tighter affair, 75-73 Grove City. It was 17-17 in the first half. Grove City swelled their lead to 38-28 late in the first half. And the Wolverines have led it ever since. But there have been anxious moments, and has been a slim lead at times, but at no point has Grove City been behind in the second half. Thomas More had tied the game for a brief moment. And a foul off the inbounds pass. Thomas More's head coach Drew Cooper, you could hear him from the top of the bleachers. He disagreed. It'll be Stephen Tam with 2 free throw attempts. Tam, a 90% free throw shooter.
One of 2 tonight.
Now 1 of 3, big miss.
And we'll keep it a 1-possession game, miss or make here.
Tam hits the second, 3-point lead. Thomas More, under 10 seconds to play. Hayes for 3, lobs it up, no good. Rebound tipped about, Patterson corrals it, he's fouled.
And that rebound for Josh Patterson was his 10th. To go along with a 20-point night, giving him a double-double and a chance to ice the game right now.
2 seconds to go, 2.9 to be exact.
He'll have 2 shots at it. Only really needs to make 1 to put this game out of reach.
First one no good, as a big gasp from the crowd here at the Grove City College Arena.
Saints still with life. Got to go quick though.
Second one is also no good. Rebound, Richard, 1 second. Half-court buzzer beater is short. And Grove City hangs on for a 76-73 win. Now Thomas More had an opportunity at the end, one perhaps they didn't think they'd get. 2 free throw misses by Josh Patterson gave the Saints hope. And a half-court buzzer beater attempt fell shy of the bucket. And the Wolverines with a 76-73 victory. We're going to take a timeout, and when we come back, stay tuned. Our Foster Law Office's Player of the Game on the PAC Sports Network.
Generations, Sharps Furniture has been proud to serve Southwestern PA with their brand of personal service. Being an authorized dealer for Lazy Boy, they are dedicated to providing the finest quality products made here in the US of A. Looking for custom upholstery? Sharps carries a large selection of upholstery to choose from, all made in America. And their friendly staff will deliver right to your front door. Sharps Furniture, your authorized Lazy Boy dealer. Family owned, family operated since 1917. Located just off I-70, exit 19B in Washington, PA.
Hi, I'm John Williams, Superintendent of J&D Waterproofing. If you have bowed or cracked walls due to water seepage in your basement, give us a call at 1-800-VERY-DRY. We've been a family-owned business serving the tri-state area since 1939. We specialize in foundation repair and basement waterproofing, and we're dedicated to service and 100% customer satisfaction. Call us today at 1-800-VERY-DRY for a free estimate. J&D Waterproofing, serving the tri-state area for 71 years.
When you are in need of fast, affordable, and professional voiceovers, contact TimeAd Productions. TimeAd Productions offers voice services for business presentations, documentary narrations, radio, television, imaging, and commercials, movie trailers, corporate phone systems, websites, audiobooks, and more. Visit or contact us online at www.timeadproductions.com.
76-73 our final in the first night of PAC basketball head-to-head competition league-wide. And the Thomas More women won in the first game of our doubleheader as the Saints claimed an 88-42 win, the 7th-ranked Thomas More women. But in Game 2, in men's action, Grove City with a 76-73 win, one that went down to the wire. Half-court buzzer beater attempt by Chris Richard fell short of the net. And the Wolverines ward off the Thomas More Saints for the 76-73 victory. An interesting game. It was 17-17 in the first half. Grove City expanded their lead to 38-28 by late in the first half. And the lead was precarious at times throughout the second half, but they never were behind in the second half. For one slim moment, one brief moment, the Saints had tied the game in the second half, but at no point had the Wolverines lost their lead in half number 2, and they do ultimately claim the win by 3. Some individual numbers. DeCarlo Hayes unofficially 29 points with 6 3-pointers tonight. Outstanding effort for Hayes of the Saints. Drew Mumford, the conference leader in scoring with 20 points tonight. Chris Richard in double digits with 11. For Grove City, Josh Patterson with 20 points. Brian Giesler with 22, leading the way for the Wolverines in scoring. Eric Karlstrom with 10 points and JT Schwartz with 10 points as well. Overall, there were several, actually 4 in double digits for the Grove City Wolverines. For the Wolverines, as we pick our Foster Law Office's player of the game, a guy who ends up with a double-double tonight and really played a key role in the second half. He scored 20 points with 13 of them in half number 2. Josh Patterson, tonight's Foster Law Office's player of the game.
Yeah, clutch down the stretch, couple of big outside shots, 3-pointers he knocked down. Every time Thomas More seemed to get within striking range, it was Patterson, a couple of different Wolverines, but notably at some big times, Patterson knocking down some big shots, even though he missed those last 2 to keep the game interesting at the end, missing those last 2 free throws. Still hats off to him with a big second half, leading Grove City to the win.
So congrats to Josh Patterson, our Foster Law Office's player of the game, as well as the Grove City Wolverines. They improved to 4-1 overall. They are now 1-0 in conference play. Thomas More drops to 1-4 overall and 0-1 in conference play. And be sure to check out our website, www.pacstream.net, as well as our PAC Sports Network blog. You can find the link there. We have our Foster Law Office's Player of the Game page. You can follow us on Twitter at PAC Sports, on Facebook, and any folks who may at any point be interested in DVD purchases of any of our broadcasts, you can find us through our email address, info@pacstream.net. So a lot of different ways you can get a hold of us and look toward our blog. I'm sure we'll have some new postings coming up very shortly about the opening night of PAC play and the opening week of conference play in the President's Athletic Conference. So the first night, a fun one.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Great to be back in the gym, and looking forward to a great season of basketball, and looking forward to what we have down the road coming up. We're at Chatham on Saturday, and then another broadcast the Saturday after that. We're at Geneva before the new year hits.
So Saturday, as Justin mentioned, our next broadcast, 2 p.m. tip, Chatham Cougars hosting the Geneva Golden Tornadoes, and looking forward to that one at Chatham on Saturday afternoon. So that's what's next on the docket. And again, productive night, exciting night in the end as our men's contest went down to the wire. Wolverines outlasting Thomas More for the 3-point victory. For our crew tonight, Kat Guy and our producer, Caitlin Edwards, our camera person. For my partner, Justin Piles, I'm Randy Gore. We bid you a pleasant good night till Saturday afternoon. We'll talk to you again soon on the PAC Sports Network.